Zel Boy Army, what is going on? It is your boy Zelonius, and my beautiful spicy friend back here, Mr. Ainsley Harrett, here with a banger of a video for you today. FIFA 20 Ultimate Set Piece Tutorial. I have mastered free kicks, I would say. Shout out to my mod Ingram on my Twitch stream. If you don't know about my Twitch stream, link in the description below. I played a game against Oli Lito, a pro I would have made recently. He scored 2 free kicks against me in the game. I just didn't have a clue I'd scored them, and one of my mods, Ingram, told me the technique to score them, and I'd say now I probably score from about 25 meters and in. I probably score about, I'd say probably around 80% of my free kicks. I have Lionel Messi on my ultimate team who takes them, so if I was looking down from the camera there, I was literally just practicing a free kick before we get into it. I would say I've mastered free kicks pretty much now. I score them nearly all the time, even if they move the keeper. It works on ultimate team pretty much every time. If you have a good free kick taker, and the technique's very easy to do. I'm going to give you some advice on penalties, how to take them, some advice on corners, and a little bit on throw-ins, but they're a bit irrelevant for the most part. But yeah, this set piece tutorial should help you get a few more goals in your games, and if you can get that 1 or 2 extra goals a weekend, it'll be more. If you, with the amount of free kicks you'll score more than that if you get this technique down. It's very easy to go practice it in the arena. I genuinely think this could help you get a few extra wins on the weekend league, which is obviously what everyone wants. Getting your set pieces right, just like in real football, can really make a big difference. So this is a video that I'm looking forward for you guys watching and improving from. I appreciate all the support on the channel recently, boys. We're on the push for 10,000 subscribers. If you're new around here and you like this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the video. Okay, we're going to start with penalties. I openly would say I'm not amazing at penalties, but there's a few tips I can give you. If you look at Lionel Messi now, look at his head. Where I aim, Lionel Messi's head will go. So if you only aim one direction, oh, it's making me take it. I didn't take that, the game took it for me, but it doesn't matter too much. You can see here, look at Lionel Messi's head. If I look right, or aim right, his head looks right. If I aim left, his head looks left. So that's quite important to know. Greening penalties is pretty easy. Takes a little bit of practice, but once you get used to it, it's easy. Practice it in the arena, I would say. When you look left or right, that lets your opponent know you are aiming that way right then. The higher level, a lot of the time people look both ways and change the direction a bit, but it is a little bit risky because the circle that you're aiming in gets a bit bigger. I really don't like penalties on this FIFA. I don't really get why they've changed them. What I would generally say, I would start in the middle and then aim towards the corner. Aim towards the corner, and from there they can't read the head movement. See, I greened that one. When I green that, what happens is it just becomes harder for the keeper to save it. Yeah, okay, AI knows where I'm going. There's another option of just doing that. The head movement though is important, because if you play it someone who knows about the head movement and you only aim one direction, they'll start to save it pretty easily. One option you've got is hitting it really powerful. See that? If you green it and you aim right in the bottom corner, it will pretty consistently go right in the bottom corner, and it's going to be very hard for someone to save it. Keep trying it. See, when you aim in the bottom corner, if you get the middle of the circle in that bottom corner and you green it, especially if you have a good penalty taker, and Messi's not even that good a penalty taker, I don't think, it will pretty consistently go in that bottom corner. See, even when I yellowed it, these are going in pretty consistently. The only way someone saves that is if they're already like moved the keeper to stand there. 4 out of 4 right in the bottom corner. Very easy. Even when I yellowed it, it still went there. Let's try one more. That one weren't quite as good. Generally, that's probably the technique I would recommend. A lot of pros, we can't really do that because we don't get the cursor. But you can see every single penalty is going in with ease. For most people, they don't ever play without the cursor off. Make sure you're using the cursor. You can see it just makes things easier. I'll try to go for the top corner. I just think this is a bit riskier. Yeah, I think it's just an easier height for the keepers to save. So as you can see, go for the bottom corner. That was a finish by Messi, that. The bottom corner, you can hit it really hard. It generally goes under the keeper. Doesn't that time. But a lot of people, the way they save, they'll move their right analog stick. They'll move their right analog stick up and left, or up and right. And when they do that, they'll quite often dive under the ball. Okay, that one missed. Been perfect, and then we just miss a few. Not sure what Messi's doing there. We'll go back into the arena. But that's pretty much how I'd recommend taking penalties. Most people miss a lot of penalties. I see a lot of penalty shootouts, even amongst pros, that quite often they end up a lot of penalties missed. If you can put it in the bottom corner, now I keep missing every penalty. You saw the technique that I'm going with. If you can put it in the corner like that pretty consistently, you're going to get pretty consistent with your penalties. It's very hard to save that. Most people aren't going to completely commit to one way. What I would say is as well, you might want to occasionally go down the middle, but it's very risky going down the middle because the technique, and this is my advice for saving penalties that I'd recommend, is start slightly to one side. Start slightly to one side as the keeper and then dive the other way. Because if they go down the middle or where you aim, you will probably save it with your legs. But if you start in the middle and dive to one side, if they go down the middle, you will not save it. And a lot of people seem to like to go down the middle. So starting slightly to the left, slightly to the right of where the keep starts, move that way and then dive the other way would generally be my recommendation. If you keep doing that in a long penalty shootout, you could potentially then turn that into you could actually dive that way to catch your opponent out. But that's penalties. Okay, free kicks. We can practice these in the arena. The camera angle's a bit different, but the technique you use is still the same. I'm going to show you the technique I use. You can watch this here. It's slightly above the bar. Top corner. A lot of people online don't even move the keeper. So if they don't move the keeper, it's very simple. You just aim to the nearest corner away from where the keeper is. Let's put it just so you're not aiming right between the corners. You're aiming slightly above the bar, not right above the corner. You can see there. I put top spin on the ball, so if I didn't put any spin on the ball or curve, it would go slightly over. But what I do, and it works very good with a free kick taker like Messi, I'm aiming here. I'm aiming just above the top corner. You can see that I'm aiming above the top corner. As I run up, from about here, I do about 2 bars of power. And as I run up, I move the right analog stick up during the run up. So as I power it up, you hold the left stick to get it just above the bar. 2 bars of power, and as you power it up, move the right analog stick just straight up, no other direction, just move it completely straight up. And when you do that, what happens is it applies that top spin that you can see, and it puts the ball into the top corner. See, you can accidentally maybe not move the rounds completely up, and it puts a little bit different curve on. But you can see, I'm scoring it every single time. This is the exact same in foot. Works very. That is an issue you can have. I occasionally do that, but that's my mistake. You can see that it goes in very consistently. We'll do some from the other angle in a sec. I always time them because I find yellow or green, even yellow, it just seems to make it better. It's pretty consistent. What I would say is anywhere from about here I would shoot, so around 25-26 yards. If I get any further out, I don't shoot free kicks. I've tried lots of different techniques, it just doesn't seem consistent. The further you get out, the more likely it is that it's just not going to go in and it's going to be a corner. We'll try it from here. I'm not sure if this is quite as consistent as the edge. Let's have a look. See, the keeper just catch that. But anywhere around the D, anywhere around here, it's pretty consistent. You have to remember as well in foot, a lot of players are going to have 99 free kicks, better shot pass, so the free kicks are even more deadly. Can try the other corner a few here. A little bit too much power from me. You want to be around 2 bars of power from me. I just put a little bit too much. If I'd have been a bit further back, it probably would have gone in anyway, but... See, that just is an absolute bullet right into the top corner. A few tips. Practice it in the arena first. It's very simple to do, I find. Just like I say, aim it slightly above the bar, not right in the corner. 2 bars of power, and as you run up, right stick up. That is a very easy technique. Practice it in the arena until you get it down. Try time it just before you're about to hit the ball. If people move the keeper, because a lot of people start to move the keeper to the other corner, whichever corner the keeper is furthest away from, aim there. People can't move the keeper once you power the free kick up. When you start to power the free kick up, their keeper's locked in place, they can't move him. So it's very hard for them to save it from there. Let's try another one here. Beautiful. I've got plenty of times I've scored in game with them, but I thought just for the sake of this, it was a lot easier to show you highlights in game. Not highlights in game, highlights in the arena, because to get all the clips from in game, I'm not going to be able to get them because you don't get these free kicks. Like, you don't get 10 a game, so it take a long time to record them. But I can assure you, it works exactly the same in game. If you don't take it quick enough, the game will take it for you. It works exactly the same in game, though. It's very easy to do. Let's go here. Just consistent, top corner. If they don't move the keeper, just aim to the nearest corner like I'm doing. If they move the keeper to that corner, aim it to the other corner. It works both ways. If you get them in the middle of the keeper movement and charge it up, it can catch them out. Anything further from about here, like if we try this, I just don't think this will go in. We'll aim it there. See, the keepers just seem to catch the flight of it. So from around here and further, I just take the free kick short. Free kick short still give you the ball and still make you work some good opportunities. But from there, for me, I just don't think it's worth the risk. But if you get it from around here, you can pretty much score it every time when you get this technique down. One more. That'd be that for free kicks. Yeah, probably a little bit central there, and I didn't get enough bend on it. So free kicks, very simple. I would say if you can get this down, you'll score 70 to 80% of free kicks, which is a massive ratio on the edge of the box to be able to score. Make sure you pick your best free kick taker. Don't use someone with the power free kick run up, by the way. Throw-ins, I'm not going to bother showing you them because they're very simple, but what I would say with throw-ins is they are easy. You should never lose the ball on a throw-in. The only time throw-ins are hard is if you're playing against more than one person so they can mark the options, but it's very rare that's the case. Throw-ins are a time when you have control. If they mark all your men very quick, the simple thing to do is just do a fake throw, like a fake shot, square plus X or X plus A if you're on Xbox. Fake to throw it one way and then use the right stick, switch someone else and throw it. You should never be losing the ball on a throw-in because it's just, you're under control. When it comes to marking throw-ins, all I would say is just be very careful not to dive in and let them get an easy, quick attack. But throw-ins, there's not a lot to them. We've said penalties, move slightly to one side and then dive to the other. Free kicks. On free kicks, the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is put a man on the line on one corner so it covers it. And if they pass it short, you have to close it down quick. Anyone who knows this technique, they're so deadly that you need a man on the line to stop the free kick from going in both corners. Corners, there's not really a lot to them in my opinion, other than just they're inconsistent. I don't really ever cross it into the box unless I'm winning by a few and I just want to test it out. Heading's so bad on this game, even if you have like a team of the year Van Dijk, crossing it to the near post or the middle of the box just isn't that consistent. A lot of people still will do this, so what I would recommend to defend them, to stop any chance of this happening, is switch to your tallest player, mark the middle bit of the box or the near post if that's where it looks like they're aiming, and just head it out. Press the clear button to head it. When you're trying to head it out, the clear button works a lot better than any other one. It's the most consistent. You don't get to aim it, but if you're under pressure, you'll win the header a lot more by pressing the clear button. For taking corners, like I say, I wouldn't recommend crossing them in. I only do that if I'm winning comfortably. Take it short, and I nearly will always pass to the edge of the box, because when I don't need to really show highlights of this because it's different every time. The defense will set up different, but what I would say is it feels like a bit of a kickoff boost, that when you pass it to the edge of the box, the defense just don't set up properly, and if you play it right, just like a normal attack, you will get a lot of space, more than usual, and it will make it very easy to score goals. Corners for me are one of the main ways I concede and score from when people take them short. If they mark the edge of the box pass, then just dribble down the line. They can't mark both, but a lot of people mark the edge of the box pass because they know that that's one of the best ways of scoring. Let's have another quick free kick. Oh, might be too much. Nope, top bins. So free kicks, aim it above the bar, 2 bars apart, right stick up. Penalties, bottom corner, green it. Throw-ins, fake throw if you have to, don't lose the ball. Corners, take it short, pass it to the edge of the box, look for an opportunity. If they if they mark the pass to the edge of the box, go straight down the touchline, find a gap that way. Set pieces are not as hard as they should be, but it's very rare that I concede them. But now that I've learned this free kick technique and I've got better at taking the corners short, I score so many. What I would say is make sure you practice penalties and free kicks in the arena. It might take 10 minutes of practice to master them, which is barely anything, but that could get you a few extra wins in champs, which for me is definitely worth the time. I would say these are that good that you want at least one good free kick taker in your ultimate team, because they're just such a good way of scoring. You do need someone with pretty good free kicks, I find. Yeah, you see there, if I aim it too much above the bar, it's just too far. It needs to be right on top of the bar, not much above it, just right on top of it. One more. Get it perfect. Okay, I don't even know what Messi did there. Let's have a look. I don't even know what Messi did on that. Yeah, that one won't go in. See, you can see there, when you aim it slightly too far above, it does that consistently. It literally needs to be on top of the bar. It's harder as well on this camera angle, by the way. In game, it's quite a bit. In game, it's a lot easier because the camera angle just suits free kicks more. The arena's still good for practice now, because if you can do it in the arena, you'll do it every time in game. Now that I'm trying to do one to finish the video off, I'm struggling to score. That'll go in. There you go. Free kicks, corners, penalties, throw-ins. We've sorted them out. Any questions, please let me know. Hope you've enjoyed this video, boys. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck this weekend league.